Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Mr. Hino with Mr. Hino's Lego Robotics. Today's video, I have 4 things. This is going to be directed towards coaches, but for those of you students that might get some, benefit, some knowledge from this, you're more than welcome to listen in on this one here. Today I want to give you 4 things for coaches that I would suggest telling your team right before their competition, either the day before or on competition day. So if you want to hear those 4 things, you're going to have to stay with me.
Hino Lego Robotics.
Oh, yeah. Hey guys, we have a regional championship this weekend in Poway. It's going to be on Sunday, December 12th. So I have a Hino Lego Robotics hoodie here. So the first person to come up to me and say, Mr. Hino, my favorite mission is this, I'm going to give this hoodie to that person. So Sunday, December 12th, I'm going to be waiting to give this Hino Lego Robotics hoodie away to somebody. So be the first one to come up to me and tell me what your favorite mission is, okay? Okay, guys. So come a little closer, listen in because, well, I don't want to make this sound like a secret. But there are 4 things that I normally will tell all of my teams right before competition day or on competition day to help them get into the right mindset of just being successful or doing their best that they can to be successful. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start with number 1. Number 1 is do not overburden yourself by looking at the scoreboard. Do not be scoreboard watchers where that's all you're fixated on. Here's the reason why. If you know First Lego League, there is the robot game, there is your innovative project, there's core values, and there is robot design. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to get fixated on that scoreboard thinking that's the only thing that's going to determine how well your team does or how successful your team is going to be. A lot of teams, that's the only visual they get, so they get locked in on that. They look at the scoreboard going, oh man, we're 7th place out of 16 teams. Man, we're doing so bad. Because that's their only visual they get. You don't know how you're going to do with your innovative project. You don't know how core values is going to go. You don't know how robots design is going to go because they're all judged. So the scoreboard for the robot game is the only thing students really can gauge how well they're doing compared to everybody else. So they fixate on that. They get like, guys, we're in 7th. We're doing so bad. And what that does is it sets them up to, and this is going to be my point number 2, don't let your projects or whatever you're going to do, don't let that seep into another category. So number 1 and 2, they kind of go together because if you're looking at the robot game and you're doing poorly in your opinion, it can set you guys up to be unsuccessful in your next judging. So let's say that you go from round 1 to robot design. Now you guys are already feeling bummed out like, oh, why should we even bother going to robot design when we did so bad in the robot game? What you have to be able to do is compartmentalize and go, okay, round 1 is done. We cannot fix that. We cannot do it again. It's just round 1 is in the past. Let's get psyched up about robot design. And I know that's really hard to do when you haven't done well in the robot game, but your team has to be able to refocus and go, let's forget about that poor score in our first round. Let's focus in on doing really well in robot design. Because again, all of your scores get put together and that's what would determine if you guys will move on or not. So you have to be able to say, you know what? Yeah, we did really bad in our first round. Let's not let that mess up our robot design or whatever you guys would go to next. Whether you're going to your innovative project, you have to be able to say, that was that and this is now. We have to be able to focus. So coaches or team members, just remind your team, don't shake them, but just tell them, hey, push that aside, let it go. That sounds like a song. But you have to be able to just let it go, move on, so that your team can do well in whatever you have next. Number 3, remind your team why you guys signed up for First LEGO League in the first place. It was all about the fun. I look around and I see stressed out faces. I see sad faces. And you have to just tell each other, don't forget why we came here. We came here to have fun. And I know a lot of you tie your fun to your success, but you have to be able to take your fun and tie it to just being there, being in the moment, having that experience. And this is not an easy thing to do because a lot of times, again, students will scoreboard watch. They will go, man, we forgot what we were going to say in innovative project. But that's all a part of learning and getting better. I mean, we can go to a basketball game and a person can miss 10 shots. But the fun was going out there, competing, and that person knows what to do next. They know, hey, I got to practice. I got to do better. I got to learn from this and move on. And so embrace the feelings that you guys have on competition day. If you're not feeling like you did your best, embrace that. So next year or your next competition, you have something burning in you. Like, I remember what it felt like to not do well in the robot game because we didn't practice enough, because we didn't, rely on each other. Maybe one person tried to do everything, and then learn from that, move on. So again, just try to have fun. Remember why you guys signed up. Remember why you're there. Try to tell people who are stressed out, relax, smile, have fun with today. Okay, I might have said 3 or 4, but it's ending up being more, but hopefully you guys don't care. The next one would be happy because it's contagious. And if you guys get depressed, that's also contagious. And here's what I mean by that. If you guys really stink it up in your robot game, just be happy. Just go, man, that was the worst we've ever done. Well, you don't really want to maybe tell that to the refs and have them hear that. But if you say it with a great attitude like, wow, that's not normally what we do. But your attitude is good, like, wow, we're going to come back and do better than that. It's contagious to your team where they're going to be able to say, yeah, we got a next round coming up. Have the contagious attitude be of hope, of fun, of, hey, we can do this. Because if you're sad or depressed, that's also going to be contagious. And that's also going to affect your core value score. For those of you that are technicians at the robot game, if you're, oh man, this didn't work, I hate this. Man, this is really bad. That's going to be contagious to your team where they pick up on those vibes and they're like, yeah, this was bad. We're going to lose. We're not going to move on. And that contagious attitude is something that you don't want to just permeate through your team. Be the one that permeates the good vibes. Like, guys, don't worry about it. We can do better on the next round. Don't worry about it, guys. So what if we forgot a few lines in our innovative project? Hopefully they liked it and hopefully, we'll do well. So be the one of hope, not the one of, Eeyore and depression and, oh, woe is me. And here's my last thought, guys. If it's the day before your competition and maybe you had a bad practice, maybe everything's going wrong in your robot game and everybody is super down, just remind your team that anything can happen on competition day, and anything can happen to the good and also the not so good. So let's say you guys are practicing the day before your competition and everything's going wrong. Before you leave that practice, and if your competition might be the next day or the day after, just remind them, hey, anything can happen. We can go to that competition and some other teams, all their missions could go wrong. We could go there and all of our missions that went wrong today, they could all go well the next day. You guys know how your programs can change from one day to the next. You guys know what I'm talking about. One day they can be beautiful. The next day it's like, what happened? Did somebody go through our programs and change everything? So you need to realize that that's a chance that can happen with any team, where they can walk in going, oh man, we're going to get 500 points, no, piece of cake. and something can go wrong and your team might end up doing better. When your team thought, hey, we're going to go in there and we're going to get last place because everything went wrong. So just remind your team, anything can happen on competition day. Case in point, we went to a competition one time where the team thought they were going to just do really well. We had our gyro sensor go out. We had, I think, 5 extra gyro sensors. None of them worked. I don't think I've ever seen a team get a lower score than what we had that day. And so that's what I mean by anything can happen, good or not so good. I took a team one time and their innovative project I did not think was going to do so well. They ended up winning first place Innovative Project Award. That you never know what the judges might be thinking that day. So you just have to take a deep breath and just say, anything can happen today or tomorrow. Let's just do our best and let, what we can't control, fall by the wayside. So I would just encourage you, coaches, team members, just remind your team that the day before, if they're down about something, just let them know anything can happen. So keep your chin up. Let's just do the best we can. Okay, guys, so hopefully these tips were helpful, especially just for your mindset on competition day or the day before, to just go out there, have fun. Don't be scoreboard watchers. Don't let one bad thing seep into another thing to make that bad. And just remind each other, you know what? Anything can happen that day. Let's do the best we can and let the chips fall where they may. Okay, guys? All right, I am Mr. Hino from Mr. LEGO Robotics. I'm out.
He's out.
He's out.
We got this.
We got this.
We got this, guys.
Hey guys, Mr. Hino here. Thank you so much for watching. And if you love robotics, don't forget to check out these videos also because they're cool. Okay guys, take care.